Okay, so we're going to start off with doing a really simple warm-up. Maybe I'll give a little bit of explanation before we even do that. So the most common thing that people ask is, what's the difference in Pilates and yoga? And they are really similar. They're looking at similar things. Both of them are looking at flexibility and core strength. Pilates is, first of all, concentrating a primary concern with core strength, trying to improve your deep tummy muscles to support your lower back, to allow you to use your limbs much better. And then secondly, we come to flexibility, whereas yoga would approach things from the other direction. That their first thing that they want, and there's huge benefits to both. But the primary concern they're looking at is improving your flexibility, and then some core strength comes into it when you're holding things for longer. So we take things right back to doing a bit of stability work, first of all, and then then stretch out when you've got more stability in your trunk. So we're going to start off doing a little bit of a warm up. So you're going to start off with your feet hip distance apart. And going to bring your ear to shoulder round in the center. So the first little set, and then ear to the other side. You're not going into a full circle. You're not crunching into your neck behind. It's just a circle, semicircle. And it's absolutely normal to hear some cracks and clicks. And our first 10 or 15 minutes of the class are getting your spine warmed up and moving. And trying to get rid of some stiffness that you gather up through your day. All of us do repetitive things, sit in repetitive postures or do repetitive jobs. And your spine is meant to move. And the worst thing you can do for it is not move. So we're starting to take some stiffness out of your entire spine to start out with. So back we come into the middle. And you will hear me talk lots about your head is lifting to the ceiling with a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon is lengthening out your spine. And you're going to take your shoulders up towards your ears. And then pull the fingers to the floor. So lift up towards your ears. And then somebody's pulling those fingers down towards the floor. So your shoulder blades sit right on your ribs, in behind. At your middle back, your thoracic spine, and they hold lots of tension. And we're trying to release some tension out of your upper trapezius muscles before we go any further. And now go into circles with your shoulders. So you're taking these shoulders just round in a big circle. Your head is still lifted with the hot air balloon. So your spine is nice and long and strong, lengthening out. You've good solid feet for foundations. We're just getting rid of some tension around the shoulders. Reverse your direction. And remember, it's a circle. So your body may have chosen more than likely the easiest way first. So don't skip by the stiff parts of the circle. You're going right into the whole circle. Okay, come back, just standing tall, bring those hands out to the sides, touch at top, reach wide, so really active arms. Reach out to touch, palms together and active straight arms. Now this time they are stuck together overhead. You're going to keep your chest forwards, have a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, take your arrow off to the right and then push those hips the opposite way. Keep the chest forwards. A big deep breath in and exhale up into the center and across the opposite way. So the hips are going away from the arrowhead and you're actively pushing them away from each other. Back up into the middle, right, a big side body stretch. Come back into the middle and over. Center and out. Back we come into the middle and over. Center, stop, reach wide. Hands are down by your sides. And we're going to roll down towards the floor. So you're going to imagine or picture that your spine is a tower of vertebrae on top of each other, little blocks on top. Each level should be able to move a little bit on its own, but because of repetitive positions you be in through your day, you get what we call stiff segments, where maybe there is 3 or 4 moving together as one stiff clump. So we're encouraging them to move vertebrae by vertebrae or level by level. So when you roll down, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me rolling down. My chin is coming to the chest. And I am trying to make each level of the spine roll vertebrae by vertebrae. Down we come towards the floor and the weight of the head is off your neck. So getting down there is one thing, but when we come back up, we build back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up level by level. Last thing, the head lifts in the hot air balloon and those shoulders are down and away. So we're all going to go together. Have a nice big deep breath in to start off with. And exhale to roll down, chin to chest. Round your body forwards. Drawing your lower tummy when you're passing through the middle. And if your hands come towards the floor, just let your hands rest on the floor. If they're on your thighs or your shins, just rest them there, but release the weight of your head off your neck. That's what we're more concerned about. If there's any strain in your lower back, put a little bend into those knees. So we're going to hang out down here, and you're going to do a gentle head nod up and down. So your neck carries around the weight of your head all day. We're giving it a little stretch, using the weight of your head for a bit of traction. Gentle head nods. And stop in the center. Going to take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's come up. So we start to build up your spine, build up the vertebrae by vertebrae. Your chin is still towards your chest. Last thing to lift is that head to the ceiling and the shoulders down and away. Breath in. And exhale to roll down. Chin to chest, round. Down we go, drawing that tummy, like get past through the center. Release the weight of your head towards the floor. Going to do a nice strong gentle nod up and down. And stop. And now side to side with your head. Back we come into the middle. You're going to bend your elbows and you're holding the opposite side as if you've crossed your arms. And keep your bum in the center. And your upper body is going from one side, back to the middle, cross to the other side. So you're keeping your bum and your legs steady. This side stretch is coming from your armpit to your hip almost. The weight of your arms is hanging, the weight of your head is hanging. And come back into the center. Release those arms towards the floor. Breath in. And exhale it back up. Tuck the tailbone, draw in the lower tummy, build up your spine. We're coming up nice and tall. Head is lifting and drop those shoulders down and away. We're really stretched out. You're going to continue to go higher onto your tip toes. We're starting to bring in a little bit of balance. as high as you can and stay nice and steady. Back down flat. And now we're going to sit down onto whatever it is you've got there to sit onto. So the reason that we're sitting onto something is that your head is sitting over your pelvis. If you're too flattened in your lower back, or if you're too close to the floor, you might feel like you're rounding forwards. If that is what you feel like, get some extra height, even more than one pillow under your bum or cushion under your bum, that you can sit up nice and tall, head over your pelvis. And with your legs, whatever is most comfortable. If you're most comfortable with your feet out hip distance apart like this, with a little bend at your knees, that's fine. Or cross them over. We're going to be doing a little bit of work just again to free up your middle back. I'm going to just do a little talk about breathing, because I will rattle on about breathing and I talk about the breath from the very start. If it's confusing, you block the breath bit out and just get the movement. But your ribs down here, the very bottom of your ribs, your lungs run from your collarbone to the bottom of your ribs. And to fully utilize your lungs, we should breathe in. Just see my hands will move out in a big breath and letting it go. But in day-to-day life, we tend to take these little stressful breaths up here, little shallow breaths, and we're not using our lungs at all, our lung capacity. But the reason that I am talking about it isn't really, that's like a sideline benefit. The reason is we want to get your diaphragm up out of the way so that you can use these tummy muscles, and that happens on an exhale. So most of the effort is on an exhale. So don't overthink that, but I'm just telling you why I keep rattling on about the breath from tonight on. I want you just to pop your hands together, interlace your fingers in between, turn the hands away, head is lifted with that hot air balloon, your eyes are on your knuckles, and we're going to twist. So breathe in to start, and our movements are always on that exhale, and you're turning to the right. Breath in, and come up back through the middle and away on your exhale. Inhale out here. Exhale through. Don't let your bum move. Your bum is solid, only the spine is twisting, eyes following your knuckles. Breathe in. And take it back. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Through. Inhale. Exhale back. And stop in the center, and we're taking those hands up overhead. Now you're not squeezing your ears. There is a little space because your shoulders are down in the socket. And you're going to have a big deep breath into the lower ribs. And exhale. Over to the right hand side. Keep your bum solid so you're not tipping up on the left. Keep your chest forward, straight elbows. Breath in. And take it back. Middle and over you go. Left side, bum solid. So the right hip isn't lifted. Breath in. And exhale. Up and through. Big deep breath in. And take it back. Over. Inhale. Exhale. Center. And back. Breath in. Back up. Last time, really stretching out there. Breathe in, take it up, take those hands down. And we're going to lift the elbows up. So your elbows are at shoulder level, your head is lifting, neck is long. Let's turn those fingers to the ceiling. So you're opening out your chest, a little squeeze of those shoulder blades behind. Release. And lift. Open up the chest. Drop. And lift. Now, a really nice stretch for anybody sitting at a desk. Drop. And lift. Check in where have those shoulders bent. They should not be up here. You have nice long necks. The shoulders are down from your ears. Drop. And lift. Going to keep those fingers up there. And big inhale. And on your next exhale, you're twisting from your chest and taking those hands with you. Breathe in and come back into the middle. On your exhale, turn. Don't turn your head. Have a little chin tuck for your throat, your Head isn't turning to look over, your head is staying in the center. Breathe in and exhale back and away. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and take it back to the middle. Release those hands down. Gonna walk the fingers out. If you've got your knees in the air, you're just putting your hands between the knees. Crawl them out in front of you and let your eyes follow those fingers. And then let your head release. Wherever you can release to. We're just looking to have straight arms. That you're winging the shoulder blades behind, getting a nice stretch. Breathing in. And soften into that stretch on your exhale a little bit more. Breath in. And come back. Slide those fingers all the way back. Draw that belly button in towards your spine and start to build up. And then release the shoulders down and away. So we should be starting to feel even a little bit taller. That a bit of stiffness has came out of the spine. And that is the start of our warm-up. That's how the basis of how we start the class. Now, if you all stay up on your block, just so you can watch me do the next bit, and then you'll be getting down onto your mats as well. So, our key starting position for a lot of our mat work exercises is lying down with the knees bent. There is a hip distance between my knees, so the knees are not touching. Feet are flat on the mat. Shoulder blades have a little tuck in behind, and your head resting on that roundy part of your skull, and it's easy to turn your head from side to side. And in this position, most people have a little arch across the lower back. I'm lifting my lower back away from the mat to show the arch. So when we're in this position, we're in quite a weak position. The tummy muscles are not working at all. And to make that arch flatten towards the mat is when we're stronger, when your core muscles are activated. Your pelvis is tilting back into the mat. Your lower tummy is activating. And it is called imprint position because if I painted my lower back bright red, and I wanted to leave an impression of the lower back on the mat, I would tip back into full imprint, pressing the red paint into the mat, leaving an impression of my back, but not lifting the bum. You're only coming back into an activated position. So just stay, watch me for one more second until I show you what our first exercise, whenever we get imprint corrected. We're going to go into full imprint and move into what is called tabletop. One leg lifted, the other leg to join. There's a tray of drinks across my shins. I'm in tabletop. My tummy is really strong and activated back into towards the spine to hold those legs steady. And from tabletop, we start to move into toe taps. And toe tapping, all the movement is from the hip. Tummy is drawn towards the spine, one leg moves, the other one is completely still. And down we all go onto our mats till we get going with that. So lie yourselves down, the block or the cushion is gone out of the way. Soft bend on your knees so that the sole of your foot is flat on the mat. Our 5 key points are the feet are flat. The back of your pelvis is just relaxed on the mat and those shoulder blades are tucked in behind. And your head is on that round part of the skull so that it would be free to move. It's quite easy to turn your head either side, no tension in your neck. We're going to think about imprinting. So your lower back has just been covered in bright red paint and you're tipping your pelvis back towards the mat. Tummy tightens to press the lower back into the mat, and that is full imprint. So we're going to add in what you're doing with your breath. So you're having a nice breath in to prepare. And on your exhale, so you're letting go of that air and you are tipping back into full imprint. And if you put your hand on your tummy, you can feel those tummy muscles starting to work. Having a breath in. And then you let go, you release the imprint, so your back moves a little bit away from the mat. Inhale. And exhale, full imprint. Tip back down. So the pelvis is tipping back. You're drawing your tummy towards your spine, pressing your back into the mat, breathing in and releasing and relaxing and letting it go. So that's a really simple, that's the key contraction that we move on from that you're using for all the rest of our exercises. So we're breathing in, exhale, full imprint, and let's move on. From the full imprint, you're taking one leg into tabletop, other leg to join it. So we're up in tabletop, and you're holding those legs steady, drawing down that tummy to hold them. So breathe in, and on your exhale, draw the tummy towards the spine and hold those legs steady. Inhale. Exhale to hold, tummy tight and hold. Keep the legs steady, keep the drink steady on your shins. Inhale. Exhale, hold. Breathing in. And now we're going to let one leg come down, other leg to join. Breath in. Exhale, full imprint, one leg up, other to join. And move into our toe taps. So all the movement is from the hip. One moves, the other is steady. Tummy tight towards the spine and tap. One, it's up, the other is down. Not a little light tap from the knees, all from the hip. Draw down that tummy before you move at all. Exhale to draw down the tummy tight. And stop. Keep those legs steady when they're at the tabletop next. Release one leg down, other to join. Gonna pop your hands onto your ribs and place your knees stuck together side by side. And you're gonna drop the knees out, keeping your ribs on the mat. So knees are like window wipers, and you're just releasing any tension from the lower back or coming into the abdominal area. And we're coming back into the center. You guys have a look at your screen. You're just looking at me. We're coming into ab prep. So ab prep is when we're rolling our upper spine. So chin tuck first. I'm taking my head away. My hands have hovered up off the mat. And you're rolling up into a position that would let us start doing some extra movements, but we're just getting ready for ab prep. So we're taking the concentration away from our lower back into our upper back. All the work is in your tummy. You should not feel any strain in your neck when you're doing this. If you are straining your neck, you want to tuck your chin closer to your throat to protect your neck. If you're continuing to feel strain in your neck, you can have a little cradle for your head, fingers in behind your ear. And it's only a cradle. The arms aren't lifting, but it's giving you some extra little bit of support. So you judge what you need at home, but depending on how your neck is feeling, most people should be totally fine because your tummy is lifting you, not your neck. So have a nice big deep breath into your side ribs. And exhale. Chin tuck first of all. So bring your chin towards your throat. Float your hands off the floor. Roll off. So head lift. Upper back lift, fingers towards your toes. Breath in, exhale, reach further. So pull those fingers towards your toes, take away your upper back even more. Inhale, exhale, reach. Breath in, roll it back down. Replace your spine vertebrae by vertebrae, head, hips. Release the hands and loop over side to side. Tonight we're going to go through every exercise about twice so that you'll have some remembering for next time round. Inhale. Exhale, chin tuck, hands hover, roll up, head peels away, upper back peels away, reach those fingers to your heels. Breath in. And exhale, reach further. If you keep your eyes to the middle of your thigh, you shouldn't be straining your neck. So eye line to the middle of the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, reach further. Feel that tummy working, not your neck. Inhale. Exhale, roll it back down. Vertebrae by vertebrae, head hits. Now release those hands and have a little look over each shoulder. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Chin tuck, hands hover, roll. Up we come. Breathing in. And exhale to reach out further. Peel up a little more. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Breathing in. And roll it back down. Head touch, release the arms, and a little look out. Either side. Back to the middle, and we're changing position. So grab your cushion. We're under your head. We're going to lie on our sides. The knees are bent, so your heels would be at the same level as your bum. If I look down, I can just about see my heels are the same level as my bum. And starting position, just have a little watch of what I'm going to do. We're coming into spinal twist. So the top arm would come towards the ceiling. We stop up here, just check in that the shoulder is down in the joint, away from the ear, not up here. We're opening out. And from this position, we start to rotate over. My eyes are following my fingers, and the pelvis is staying forwards. You're not dropping back into the stretch. Your pelvis is stabilized forwards. You're only opening up your upper back. So after we do our spinal twists, we're going to move to the bottom end of the pelvis and do some clams. So when we're doing clam, again, the pelvis is forwards. It's not dropping back. And we're opening up the top hip. So let's get ready for action. Get yourself down on your mat, on your side. Your cushion is under your head, keeping you in nice alignment down the center, that the head doesn't drop to the floor. If you don't have a cushion close by, bend your elbow and hold your head. Breath in to prepare, and exhale that top hand to the ceiling. Drop the shoulder into the joint, and then over the top, rotate over, keep those hips forwards. Breathe in. And open out further, release out further, hips forwards. Inhale. And exhale over to touch. Breath in when your hands touch, and exhale to float. Sink the shoulder, rotate. Inhale. Exhale further, open up further. Eyes are on your fingers, there's no strain in your neck. Inhale. And exhale over, touch. Up, sink that shoulder, open and rotate. Breath in, open further, open that chest, eyes to the fingers. Breathe in and back. Over the top, touch, last time. Up, sink the shoulder, rotate out. Breathing in, open further, keep those hips forwards. Inhale. And exhale over the top and touch. Coming down to do our clams. So with clam, your crown of your head to your pelvis is all facing forwards. The only thing that's happening is this hip is opening. You're stabilizing yourself by drawing your tummy towards your spine and opening. So you're not putting your hand on your pelvis like I just did. I was just showing you where my pelvis was, that it's not dropping back. The only thing that's stabilizing the pelvis is the tummy drawn in towards. So when we're lying on our sides like this, if you just relax completely, your underneath side, your body that's on the mat just drops into the mat when you're relaxed. But if you draw your tummy towards your spine, you should feel your waist lifting off underneath, that your ribs are engaging, you're a little bit lighter on the mat underneath. That's how you're activating your tummy muscles in this position to then open and close. So let's all go together. Inhale. Exhale. First, draw that tummy back towards the spine and open, and close, and open, and close, and open. Keep that tummy working back. Open and close. Only opening as far as you can without rotating your pelvis back. It's not allowed to drop back. You should feel work in the bum behind. Every exhale, draw back that tummy a little more. Underneath the leg is not doing anything. Flat next time, stay open. That leg should be getting heavy. Your bum should feel like it's really heating up. Every exhale, engage the tummy back a little bit more and open wider. Don't rotate back, there's no movement back. And close. This time add in your arm to the ceiling. And close. And open. And close. And open. And close. And open. Everything facing forwards, your chest and your pelvis forwards. Every exhale, draw back that tummy. And stay open. Reach the fingers to the ceiling and open your knee wider. And close. And open. And widen. Widen the knee. Fingers reach the ceiling. And close. Last time up. And close. Gonna bend the top knee or lift the top knee. So it's coming off the underneath one and you're gonna bring it forwards, about hip level and then release it to the floor. Even around your waist level somewhere. Then straighten the underneath leg. It's completely straight. You can let your two hands touch together. And we're going to do a little bit of work with that underneath leg. Give this hip a tap out. You should feel that the muscles have done a good bit of work there. Give them a little tap out. And this underneath leg is going to do some kicks. So we're going to start working the groin and the underneath leg. So point the toes. The leg is completely straight. And lift off. Straight leg, you're lifting from your hip. So kick and hover. You're not letting it touch. Kick and hover. And kick. Hover. Kick. Hover. Fingers of the arm to the ceiling. Chin tucked, no strain in your neck. Kick off and hover. Kick. Hover. Kick. Hover. Kick and hover. Kick. Hover, kick, hover, kick, and hover. Reach those fingers up, kick, hover. So hover is not touching your mat. It's almost, but not. Two more. And up, let it release to the mat. We're going to move into circles. Keep those fingers to the ceiling. Circle is lift that underneath leg off. Everybody moving with me. And circle forwards. 1, 2. Stop the movement. You're in a hover. Reverse. 1. So you're keeping the leg off. 2. And stop. Move forwards. 1, 2. And back. 2. And forwards. 2. And back for 2. And forwards for 2. And back for 2. And forwards for 2. And back for 2. And forwards for 2. And back for 2. And stop. And release to the floor. Release your hand down, breathe in. And on your exhale, that top arm is lifting and shoulders sinking and opening. But this time we've got the big anchor of that top leg stuck to the floor. It's heavy on the floor. So you're able to get this stronger stretch. On your exhales, drop down into that further. And back we come. Over the top. Hands touch. Last time to stretch out like that. So reach and sink that shoulder down. Come over the top. Inhale. And exhale it out further. Breath in. And back. And touch. And straighten. So lift this leg, straighten it down, and just give those two legs a really big stretch. Point the toes, reach out through your feet. Chin tuck, and imagine the hot air balloon is pulling your head this direction. You're really lengthening your spine. And release down, and swap over onto your other side. So we're starting off with the legs bent. Knees bent. Heels are up on level, underneath shoulder is tucked down, palms are touching. Spinal twist first, inhale to lift that hand up and sink the shoulder down. And let's start rotating over on a big exhale, keeping those hips forwards. Breathe in and exhale more. So open out a little bit more, keeping those hips forwards. Breath in and exhale, draw that hand over the top to touch and float and sink the shoulder and open further. Inhale and exhale more. Open out, keep those hips forwards. Breathing in and float and touch and lift. Sink that shoulder, open further. Breathing in and open more. Inhale and exhale over the top. Touch, float, sink the shoulder into the joint, open. Breathing in and open further. Inhale and exhale over the top. Palms together, and let's start into our palms. So just recap again, when you draw your tummy towards your spine, inside lying, that underneath the waist gets really light on the mat. If you just let go and let yourself slump into the mat, your ribs are heavy, your body under here is really heavy. But when I draw that tummy back, you can see my waist lifting here. The underneath waist has come off the mat. You're nice and supported. Open into a clam. So the tummy tight keeps that pelvis forwards. And close. Tummy, draw onto the spine and open. And close. And open. And close. Where are those shoulders? Not up around your ears. Long necks. Little chin tuck to protect your neck. Open. And close. And 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 the arm is coming with you. Draw back that tummy and lift. And down. And up. And stay. Sink the shoulder, reach the fingers, open the knee. And close. And open. And close. And open. And down. Draw that tummy back and open. And close. And open and stay. Sink the shoulder, open the chest, fingers to the ceiling, open the knee. And close. And last time, up we come. Open the knee, reach the fingers, and release. Bend the knee or lift the knee. The knee stays bent, it's lifted forwards, release to the floor. Straighten our underneath leg, give that hip a little bit of a tap out. Fingers to the ceiling, and kick, and release. To hover, kick, and hover. And kick, and hover, and kick, and hover, kick, 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 hover, and down to the floor and into our circle. So lift off, forwards, 1, 2, and back, 1, 2, and forwards, 1, 2, and back, 1, 2, and forwards, 1, and 2, back for 2, and forwards for 2, back for 2, and forwards for 2, back for 2, and forwards for 2, and hold, and release down. And our big long spinal twist, keeping this underneath leg really long and straight. Top leg heavy, reach that hand to the ceiling, release down the shoulders, and let's open over. Feel that big twist, leave that top leg heavy, it's like an anchor holding your pelvis forwards. Exhale to open a little more. And back we come, over the top, and touch, and reach, and sink the shoulder, rotate. Breath in, and exhale further. Inhale, and take that back, and touch, and straighten the top leg on top, big reach through those toes, active straight legs. Release down. Gonna turn ourselves over onto your back. You're gonna take your belt. We're going to use the belt to do some stretching, to release out your hamstrings and your calf. So you're going to catch your foot in the belt. Below your toes at the ball of your foot. So cross your foot below the toes, where your toes meet your foot. The underneath leg is completely straight. We want to straighten that leg that's in the air. So you can just hold on with one hand. And you're going to take that nice straight leg across your body, wherever your limit is, wherever you feel a nice stretch. Taking it across your body and keeping your body, your trunk on the mat, so you're not tipping off the mat. The toes of the other foot are to the ceiling, so we have an active leg under here as well. And then open out and away towards the floor. But this other side is not lifting off. Back we come to the middle and across. And breathe into it. So exhale to soften into it a little bit more. And open. And release to the floor. If there's any pull on your arm, if it's too much, you can hold on with the two hands. We're coming back into the middle. You're going to bend to take away the stretch. And you're going to swap over your feet. Now, one leg might be really different from the other. One might be easier. Maybe this is your easy one, but you're going to start off in the center. The other leg toes to the ceiling. Let's just hang out in the center and think about the calf and the Achilles tendon, getting a really nice stretch in behind. It's not just your hamstring. Take that nice straight leg across your body. And across, take that straight leg out. As close to the floor as you can, and don't let this side of your body lift. So the opposite side of your body is staying on the mat. Back into the middle, a little bend, and straighten. And come across. And take this nice straight leg out and away. Toes of the other leg are still to the ceiling. Your back. Knee bend, release. And we've just given our hamstrings a nice long stretch so that you can come into bridge. So just have a look at your screen when I do bridge for the first time. So this time, start position, those feet are a little bit closer towards your bum. So a gauge is that if you reach down, you can just about touch your heels. So coming into bridge, the shoulders are tucked in behind and your spine is peeling away from the mat, from your tailbone. So vertebrae by vertebrae. It's not one, I'm just taking my hands out of the way. There's a block here. It's not one just big lift off. It's a peel up. So I'm tucking my tailbone towards my spine and starting to roll off. And then roll back down vertebrae by vertebrae until you release the tailbone at the bottom. So we're all going to go together. Get yourselves into position. Take those heels up towards your bum. Hands flat beside you. Shoulder blades tucked in behind. We're having a nice big deep breath in to start off. And on your exhale, tuck the tailbone and start to roll your spine. Curl away, vertebrae by vertebrae, any nipping in your lower back, that's as high as you go. But you don't want to let those knees spread apart. Have a breath in and exhale to roll your spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, your tailbone hits and then release and relax, inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, roll your spine away, lift off. Breath in, roll back down. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, roll up. Breathe in, roll down. Inhale down here. Exhale, curl up. You're going to take your hands up overhead, reach a wide circle. So keep your bum up at the same level. Reach, wide, reach, and wide, reach, spread wide, and reach, spread wide. Release your hands to the floor, and let's see, can you push off and go onto your tiptoes? Flat foot, tiptoes, flat foot. So push up, lift off, squeeze your bum to help you lift, flat foot. Push, and now you might get a little bit crampy or stretches, try to prevent that. Lift, don't let those knees widen. Push off and down, and two more, up, release. Last time up, flat foot. Roll your spine back down onto the mat. Release the tailbone. We're going to take those knees up, in towards your chest, wrap your hands around, and circle your ankles. So the toes are making circles, and now reverse the circles, reverse the direction. Going to chin tuck and bring your forehead up towards your knees. So you're squeezing into a little bowl. And release down. Chin tuck, bring your head up towards your knees. And release. And again, chin tuck, roll up. Release back down. Keep those hands around your knees. And take them off side to side. So we're releasing any pressure from our bridges. We're going to pop your feet down onto the mat and stretch. So straighten out the legs and take those hands overhead for a big long stretch. Pull the toes up towards yourself. So you're flattening the backs of the legs into the mat and reach through those fingers for a big long stretch. Take those up, big straight arms out wide by your sides. The legs are still active and stretching, and reach overhead. Wide arms, like you're drawing semicircles. Point the fingers to the ceiling, reach wide overhead. Really empty out those lungs on your exhales. And now point your toes, so the toes are pointing away from you, and just have the arms up that you're reaching out overhead. And bring the hands down, and we're going to come back up. And that is us for our first class. Now, so